So today, Stefan Molyneux was banned from YouTube. Billions of views, almost a million subscribers, as far as my understanding goes, and they purged a few other people that are undesirables in modern social media times. He's released a video. There's a lot of people standing by him in the quest for freedom of speech. Now we hear the arguments, oh, it's a private company, they can do whatever they want, but with that being said, they've taken millions, maybe even billions of dollars in taxpayer revenue, government breaks, all kinds of nice special government contracts that they get, all of them. Twitter, Google, Facebook, YouTube, all of them have taken government and taxpayer money, and they're all publicly traded companies as well. So this is a little bit less about it being a private company and a little bit more about freedom of speech. Now, online, all of the communists are just gloriously celebrating the banning of somebody that they find to be undesirable. Now, I'm not his number one biggest fan or anything, but, he has a lot of insightful things to say, and seems like a decent enough guy, and he deserves to be able to speak freely. And in the time of the lockdowns and quarantines and everything else that we're facing, now, if you do not agree with Marxist ideology, you get kicked off. So now you're no longer allowed to speak in public, and you're no longer allowed to speak online on the marketplace of ideas. So I wanted to go through and let's see if we can figure out why Stefan was banned. Why would he be banned? Well, first off, every single social media organization, all of the big ones, they're all big on supporting Black Lives Matter. They all support the Pride movement. All of the progressive agendas they are fully supportive of and fully behind. And not only that, but they're planning on dedicating $100 million to black creators on YouTube. Why is that? I don't know. Go figure, right? So all the left-wing activist organizations, such as the Daily Beast, have come out to celebrate the removal of a so-called white nationalist and a so-called white supremacist. We have strict policies prohibiting hate speech on YouTube and terminate any channel that repeatedly or egregiously violates those policies. They've terminated over 25,000 channels for violating our hate speech policies. So I talked about this a little bit yesterday. But hate speech is always a moving goalpost. And basically, anything that isn't full-on endorsement of progressive Marxist ideology is hate speech now. And who is behind the banning? Well, we have the usual suspects in the ADL. The Anti-Defamation League is a political activist organization that is also a trusted flagger on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. They are basically in charge of booting and removing anybody that they see fit. And they've gotten many people booted. Then, of course, we have the SPLC. Talked about this yesterday as well. Just slimy individuals that run these organizations, but yet somehow our government endorses them, takes advice from them, takes training from them. All of the major social media giants endorse them, take training from them, take advice from them, and have them in charge of their censorship. The SPLC is a very slanderous organization. Calls Stefan Molyneux a alt-right white supremacist white nationalist. And then, of course, who else is behind it? Well, we have the World Federation of Advertisers. The World Federation of Advertisers is an organization within the World Economic Forum that is currently in the works of doing a global reset and trying to do everything they can to control the world. The vast majority of all the big corporations are members of the World Economic Forum, and they're also members of the World Federation of Advertisers. What do? Well, they come after everything. And one of those things happens to be video gaming. That's not it, but they definitely want to come after gaming. We know that they've been coming after speech on gaming, and, gaming is a haven for white nationalists. All the normal nonsensical rhetoric, right? But what do? They have the Global Alliance for Responsible Media. And what they do is they claim that they want to make viewer safety for consumers, less risk for brand advertisers, more credibility for platforms, and a sustainable industry. Got to throw in a little bit of that global warming in there, right? So basically, to decipher what they're saying here, They will not advertise on any platform that does not censor the way that they want censorship to be taking place. Instead of allowing the consumer to decide, which would be, an actual free market, no. They want to decide. They want to decide where everything goes. And this is a part of the reason why the pressure of these organizations on the social media platforms is why they ban people that they disagree with. So they get to have the full weight and power of all of corporate America, all of the big tech organizations, all of the so-called hate speech hall monitors online, and everybody just bends to their will and they do whatever they say. So, with that being said, we also have an organization such as this. This is an organization. I use that term lightly. This is Sleeping Giants. This is a group that leads a bunch of squealing communists to ban anybody that they disagree with. They've come after Tucker Carlson. They come after everybody, trying to get people to stop advertising on anybody that they disagree with. Even Fox News, milquetoast, run-of-the-mill conservative Fox News is attacked by Sleeping Giants, right? Then, of course, every one of these organizations, they have their trust and safety councils, all of them. And they're filled with a bunch of weirdos, a bunch of gender weirdos that, believe that there's unlimited amounts of genders and sexes, and that you can, you can pretend that you're a goat or a horse, and then everybody should respect your trans-speciesism. And then what do we have going on right now? Right now, we have these same organizations, more advertisers fleeing Facebook as boycott grows. So we've got 100 brands that have pledged to boycott Facebook this month, or in July, and the reason that they're doing it is because of racism, right? Because they really care about the color of your skin. It has nothing to do with their political agenda, right? That's what it is. The corporate America, the government, all these organizations, they use people of color as little pawns in their game of chess. It has nothing to do with actually caring about people of color, the LGBT. No. This is about their political agenda. That's what this is. The government and corporate America, NGOs, all these groups are one conglomerated organization, right? They all work together for the same ends. And it doesn't matter. We have Trump in office, right? Trump, the so-called conservative, but it doesn't matter. Every other seat in the United States is covered by people that are all in line with the same agenda, which is to shut down anybody that cares about American ideals, anybody that cares about free speech, anybody that believes that speaking your mind should be something cherished in a free and open society. But they don't believe that anymore. They need to shut down anybody that disagrees with their one world government agenda. So who's behind this boycott? Well, here's this new organization. It's called Stop Hate for Profit. Who's behind it? Oh, the ADL, NAACP, Sleeping Giants, Common Sense, Free Press, and Color of Change. Democratic organization, by the way, Color of Change, right? All these organizations are left-wing political organizations. It has nothing to do with stopping hate. What this has to do with is power. Power and control, and continuing to usher in the one world government, new world order agenda. That's all this is about. It has nothing to do with caring about minorities. If these organizations cared about minorities, they would be protesting war. They would be protesting us dropping bombs all over the Middle East on innocent women and children in schools and in churches. That's what they'd be protesting against. They'd be protesting against poisoning minorities' water in poor developing areas. They would be protesting against the United States military presence all over the world. They'd be protesting against the United States government and the world government organizations creating the migrant crisis. Everything else that they do that actually harms minorities. But instead, what are they doing? They're doing everything they can to control the narrative, shut everybody up so that they can seize power with little to no resistance. Now, if you are a progressive, Black Lives Matter, or you happen to be part of the LGBT community, and you want to go ahead and march, please go ahead and march. If you want to riot in the streets and loot stores, go ahead and do so. The coronavirus is not a risk to you. But if you're protesting because you want to go back to work and then you believe that people should be free from government control, well, no, can't have that. That's dangerous. That's dangerous, and you're a Nazi. So this is who's behind this. These are the same people, and this is what's going on. He was banned based on the ADL, all of these organizations, they're all tied deeply with the Democratic establishment. They're all tied up with ADL, SPLC, all these different groups. Free press. They call it free press, right? They want to censor speech but call it free press. And that's what they do. It's a big scam, right? They all talk, oh, we love minorities. Oh, we care about hate speech. That's not what this is about at all. All these organizations with their fancy front names and the caring group of caringorganizations.caring.com, right? They all have the same front. But really what it comes down to, it's the hatred for you and me. It's the hatred for America. It's the hatred for speech. It's the hatred for anybody that dares to go outside of their ideological framework. So, what can we do? Well, our fearless leader, Donald Trump, is he's monitoring the situation, everybody. So don't worry about that. He's monitoring it. What I would suggest is going back to my video from yesterday where I cover all of the alt-tech alternatives. People need to be going over there and finding their favorite creators, Stefan Molyneux included. He's on BitChute. You can subscribe to him there if you just so choose. Subscribe to me there if you so choose. But we have a huge, well-oiled, well-moneyed machine that has unlimited amounts of money, unlimited amounts of power that we are fighting against. So really, the only way I see us getting out of this censorship thing is everybody needs to flee the big platforms. Now, I'll hang around until I'm banned, but I'm already on all of the alternatives, and everybody else that cares about freedom should be doing so as well. And here's the thing. If you're a leftist, a communist, a socialist watching this right now, you're like, yes, Stefan got banned. You guys are next. Your own people get canceled all the time, right? Jimmy Kimmel just got canceled. So if you're a content creator or you're a left-wing activist, do you think that you're safe from the clutches of these people? They don't care about you either. You're not in their club. None of us are in their club, right? You can be a super communist socialist commentator, but if you slip up once for the ever-changing ideology on a daily basis, if you slip up once, you will be canceled, you will be banned, just like everybody else. So celebrating your enemies getting banned is celebrating your eventual banning as well, because it's coming. They're coming for all of us. This machine at the top, as much as they want to pretend that they care about people of color and minority groups, they don't care. This is strictly about power, and all they do is use minority for their own gain, which is probably the most racist possible thing that you can do. So, with that being said, appreciate you guys tuning in today. I wish Stefan the best of luck moving forward with his operation. I hope everybody goes over to BitChute and elsewhere to subscribe. People that are free, that believe in free speech, no matter what their ideology is, we need to stick together. I will stand with a communist if they stand for free speech, because I think that they should be able to speak too. I will stand with the people on the other end of the spectrum as well. We know what they are, right? All those nationalists and whatnot. I'll stand with everybody when it comes to free speech, and you should too. So hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. Hit the thumbs up. Appreciate the support lately. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Tune in tomorrow for another video, and take care.